Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. We are from Group 5 and today we will present about the multinational corporation, their definitions, types and characteristics. Okay, next I would like to introduce our group member, which is first is Arif Iskandar bin Muhammad Aidil Azhar, next is Faradiana binti Muhammad Musa, and Fatih Najwa Muhammad Kamel, and next is Muhammad Hanif bin Muhammad Hassan, and finally me myself Muhammad Sulaiman bin Yusman. Okay, here is our first stop. Today we embark on an exploration of the scholarly discourse surrounding the definition of multinational corporations or MNC. As we delve into this topic, we will uncover the diverse perspective offered by scholars in understanding the complex nature of MNCs. Okay, let's begin by examining the various scholarly approach to defining MNCs. Some scholars define MNCs based on their geographical footprint, emphasizing their physical presence in multiple countries through subsidiaries, factories, and office. Conversely, others take a financial perspective, considering MNCs entities that derive a significant portion of their revenue from operation outside of their home country. Moving on, scholars also differ in their view on the control dynamic within MNCs. While some argue for centralized control structure where decision making emanates from the home country's headquarters, others highlight the trend towards decentralized decision making, granting subsidiaries more autonomy. For integration across border. Additionally, the level of integration across MNC's operation is a point of contention among scholars. Some scholars advocate for high integrations, where MNCs maintain standardized processes, share technologies, and coordinated strategies across their global operations. On the other hand, others argue for more localized approach where MNCs adapt their operation to meet the specific needs of each market they operate in. Next is the term of transnational corporations. It's also important to distinguish between multinational corporation and transnational corporation or TNC. While both types of cooperation operate across border, transnational cooperation are often characterized by the deeper level of integration and influence in the global economy and geopolitical landscapes. The scholarly discourse surrounding the definition of multinational cooperation is multifaceted and dynamic. By exploring this diverse perspective, we gain a deeper understanding of the complexities and significance of MNCs in the global business environment. Thank you for your attention. Now, I will pass to the next presenter. Assalamualaikum.
So I will explain about the types of multinational corporation. So for the first one is the global corporations. Global corporation adopt a centralized management structure and operate with a centralized approach across all countries. These MNC often boast a global brand and offer uniform product or service to consumers worldwide. So for the second is the multi-domestic corporation. In contrast, multi-domestic corporation decentralize their operation. They tailor their products or service to suit local markets, and then each allowing each subsidiary a degree of independence to adapt to the specific needs and preference of the local consumer base. So the third one is the transnational corporation. So the transnational corporation seek to strike a balance between global integration and local adaptation, so that they can combine elements of both global and multi-domestic approach, so that aiming for the global efficiency while remaining responsive to the unique demands of local markets. Okay, next I will explain about characteristics of multinational corporations. So for the first one is large scale operation. So for the MNCs typically engage in extensive operations, so that it can boosting a significant scale of production and distribution. So this scale allows them to leverage economies of scale and achieve cost efficiencies. So the second one is the global presence. So the defining characteristic of MNC is their presence in the multiple countries, so that they can establish subsidiaries branch or affiliates to the conduct business locally, to creating a network that spans the globe. So the third one is the global supply chain. So the MNC manage complex global supply chains so that it can strategically sourcing the materials and the components from the various locations to optimize production process and enhance efficiency. So for the last one is the political and economic influence. So multinational companies, while significant political and economic influence, their operation can impact the political and economic landscapes of the country in which they operate. So contributing to the both country and local challenge for local economies. So that's all for me. I will pass it to the next presenter.
Okay, now so let's move on to the MNC's impact on the host country. So multinational corporations have both beneficial and negative impact on the host countries. The first impact is positive impact is employment development. Multinational corporations encourage economic growth by creating huge career opportunities and decreasing the level of unemployment in the host country. They also pay higher than companies in the host country. Moreover, multinational corporations build a multicultural strategy to manage businesses by transferring skills and people from the working place. As a result, multinational corporations will be hiring a greater number of local laborers. And the second one is enhance the country's reputation. Multinational corporations will invest in foreign countries that have favorable regulatory and economic environments. The local governments give advantage to multinational corporations to establish operations in areas with significant unemployment and abundance of employees. And the third one is economic development. Multinational corporations enhance the economic value of a nation's annual production by producing and marketing large quantities of goods. With more individuals working for pay, this will increase consumer spending and increase the GDP of the host nations. As a result, admin costs will be improved generally. And the last advantage is technology transfer. MNCs frequently promote credibility and skills transfer in the host nations by introducing the latest management and technology technique. For instance, employees will be well educated to use new technology and manufacturing procedures, and local businesses will profit from the new technology through the technology process. Okay, so let's continue down to the negative impact. The first one is exploitation of local labor. MNCs frequently aim to reduce manufacturing costs, which may involve waste, including low salaries, bad working conditions, as well as limited labor rights, which not only impacts on the local employees, but also leads to economic differences in the host country. The second one is tax avoidance. When multinational corporations use complicated tax avoidance methods in the host country, government services, infrastructure, and welfare services will suffer. The decline in tax income has the possibility to worsen economic inequality by transferring the expense of funding basic services unfairly to startups and business individual taxpayers. The loss of a country's tax revenue not just limits its economic growth but also affects people's trust in both companies and governments. The third one is leading to extreme unemployment. Multinational corporations have the possibility of causing major unemployment in their host countries. Since they are so proficient at what they do, they could cause an issue to domestic companies. And the last one is small companies might shut down operations. Multinational corporations are cost effective since they are huge and have competence in their field. These companies may frequently provide higher quality products at reduced risk. Meanwhile, local businesses who produce the same items might struggle in this kind of situation, being forced out of business due to poor equipment as well as less resources. Domestic businesses may be forced to lower their pricing in order to remain competitive.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Muhammad Hanif. Moving further, let's explore about ethical and social responsibility consideration for MSC. First, let's know about key aspects of ethical and social responsibility for MSC. There are 5 aspects which are labor practices, environmental impact, human rights, corruption and bribery, and corporate social responsibility (CSR). First, labor practices. It is about fair wages and working conditions where MNC should ensure fair wages and safe working conditions for all employees regardless of their location. This includes respecting international labour standards on working hours, child labour, forced labour and discrimination. Second, environmental impact. It is about sustainability where MNC should operate in a sustainable manner that minimize their environmental impact. This includes adopting practices that reduce pollution, conserve resources, and protect biodiversity. Third, human rights. It is about respect for human rights. It's where MNC should respect the human rights of all individuals impacted by their operations, including local communities and indigenous people. This includes avoiding activities that contribute to human rights abuse, such as forced displacement or environmental degradation. 4. In terms of corruption and bribery, such as anti-corruption policies, MNC should have strong anti-corruption policies in place to prevent bribery, extortion, and other forms of corrupt practices. 5. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) by investing in local communities. MNC can contribute to the development of local communities by investing in education, healthcare, infrastructure, and other social programs. By integrating this aspect into business operation, MNC can enhance reputation, mitigate risk, and contribute positively to society and the environment. However, MNC may face several challenges in fulfilling their ethical and social responsibility, such as different legal and regulatory environment. MNC operates in countries with varying legal and regulatory framework, which making it difficult to maintain consistent ethical standards across all operations. Hence, they also face complexity of supply chains. It often have complex supply chain that involve multiple subcontractors and suppliers, which making it difficult to monitor and ensure ethical practices throughout the chain. Several multinational corporations have faced public scrutiny and criticism for their ethical and social responsibility practices. There are several real-world case studies faced by business. For example, Nike sweatshop labor. The challenge occurred when Nike was accused of using sweatshop in developing countries where workers face poor working conditions, low wages, and child labor. Its big impact for Nike where the allegations led to protests, boycott, and reputational damage for Nike. To respond to that, Nike implement a supplier code of conduct and increases factories monitoring, but critics argue that challenges remain. In my opinion, ethical and social responsibility are fundamental pillars for the ongoing success and legitimacy of MSC in 21st century. There are various reasons why I believe it is important, such as trust and reputation. In a hyper-connected world, information travels fast, and ethical practice or social negligence can quickly tarnish an MNC reputation, leading to consumer backlash, boycott, and ultimately financial loss.
Now, we'll move on to the regulatory challenges faced by MNCs. The first one is jurisdictional complexity. Global corporations are faced with a challenging terrain consisting of numerous jurisdictions, each with unique legal systems, rules, and regulations. A complex and difficult task, compliance with many legal systems can be made more difficult when there are contradictions or conflicts across various jurisdictions. Number two is taxation. Tax controversy is a common occurrence for multinational corporations. In an effort to reduce their tax obligations, they could employ legal techniques like transfer pricing and tax haven. On the other hand, these actions may come under examination and censure, which may result in legal issues and possible harm to standing. Number three is intellectual property rights. MNCs may encounter issues related to intellectual property, such as conflicts over patents, trademarks, or copyrights, or accusation of infringement. MNCs may experience these problems if they conduct business in nations with laxer intellectual property laws or if they participate in unethical behaviors like copyright infringement or patent trolling. Number four is antitrust and competition law. MNCs that operate in several markets have to deal with intricate competition and antitrust regulations. Allegations of anti-competitive behavior, including price fixing, monopolistic activities, and exploitation of dominant market positions, may be made against them. Breaking these regulations can lead to heavy penalties, court cases, and reputational harm for the business. And finally is bribery and corruption. MNCs operating in nations where corruption is rife may encounter bribery and corruption related issues. To obtain an advantage in business, they could come across requests for bribes or participate in corrupt activities themselves. Such acts may give rise to legal ramifications and infractions of anti-bribery laws, such as the UK Bribery Act or the US Foreign Corrupt Practices Act (FCPA). Next, we'll go to the controversies encountered by MNCs. The first one is exploitation. MNCs have faced accusation of taking advantage of markets, labor, and resources in developing nations with little to no benefit to the local populace. Allegations of low pay, unfavorable working conditions, and environmental destruction are included in this criticism. Number two is lack of accountability. Critics claim that because of their intricate organizational structures, difficulties with jurisdictions, and capacity to transfer assets and profits across borders, multinational corporations frequently evade moral and legal responsibilities. Number three is influence over governments. According to some, multinational companies have an excessive amount of influence over governments. They use their economic clout to sway laws and policies in their favor, creating a power imbalance between states and corporations. Number four is cultural imperialism. Multinational corporations have been accused on occasion of encouraging cultural homogenization, undermining local customs, and forcing Western consumerism and ideals on communities. And finally, environmental impact. Multinational corporations involved in environmentally critical industries such as mining or fossil fuel extraction have faced criticism for their role in causing pollution, deforestation, and climate change. Some MNCs, according to activists, put profits ahead of environmentally responsible behavior and sustainable practices. In conclusion, multinational corporations have a significant impact on the global economy. While they bring benefits such as job creation and technological advancement, they also face criticism for issues like labor exploitation and environmental degradation. It is crucial for MNCs to prioritize ethical practices and sustainable development. Collaborations between governments, civil society, and MNCs is essential to maximize their positive impacts. By embracing innovation, sustainability, and inclusivity, MNCs can contribute to a more equitable and sustainable world.